As Jane navigated her brand-new sports car through the quiet suburbs, she was abruptly pulled over by a police car. Officer Linda, newly assigned to the area, noticed the young black woman in the expensive vehicle and jumped to the conclusion that it was stolen. "Look at that girl in the car," Linda remarked to her new partner, Officer Jack, during their patrol. "She's been causing trouble in this neighborhood. That car must be stolen." Jack, who held a more open-minded perspective, responded, "You can't be certain of that. Maybe her parents are wealthy." Linda scoffed. "Seriously? An immigrant family affording a car like that? I'll prove it's stolen." With determination, Linda sped up to stop Jane. Confused by the sudden encounter, Jane wondered why she was being pulled over. "What are you doing in this car?" Linda demanded suspiciously. "It's a gift from my parents for getting into university," Jane replied with a smile. "I doubt your parents could afford a car like this for you. It's either stolen or they're into something shady," Linda said, fixing her disdainful gaze on Jane. "That's not true. My parents aren't involved in anything illegal. My dad is a police captain, and my mom's a successful realtor. They bought this for me because I got into a top university," Jane explained. "Step out of the car right now," Linda ordered. "I don't appreciate being treated like a criminal. I've done nothing wrong and won't let you violate my rights." "I'm staying in my car," Jane insisted, holding out the documents to prove ownership. Jack, sensing the injustice, intervened. "Linda, can we talk for a second?" he asked. "Sure," Linda replied. "I believe she's telling the truth. Her parents might be rich, and she has the original documents for the car. Let's not escalate this unnecessarily. Just let her go," Jack suggested. Linda stood firm. "Appearances can be deceiving. We can't just let someone go based on their claims. We need to conduct a thorough investigation." "But she hasn't committed any crime. Those are the original documents for the car," Jack insisted, trying to persuade Linda to release Jane. "Keep quiet and watch if you have nothing else to add," Linda warned sharply before returning to Jane's car, determined to find evidence to support her suspicion. "Hey kid, you're wasting my time. I said get out of the car." "I need to search it," Linda demanded, forcibly removing Jane from the vehicle. As the situation escalated, Jane felt a mix of frustration and confusion. She cried as Linda continued searching her car. After a few minutes, Linda pulled out a small bag with a white substance. "Hey kid, you claimed you didn't steal the car and your parents aren't involved in illegal business. How do you explain this being in your car?" Linda questioned, holding up the bag. "Oh no, I swear it's not mine. I don't do drugs and my parents are innocent. I don't understand how that thing got in my car." "I'm being framed," Jane pleaded, tears streaming down her face. "You're under arrest for possession of illegal drugs," Linda declared, handcuffing Jane and leading her to the police station. "I told you she's a criminal." "That's the proof," Linda said to Jack, who was shocked by what had just happened. Despite Jane's continuous pleas of innocence, Linda drove to the police station. Upon arrival, Jane couldn't contain her distress and began shouting for her father. "Daddy, help!" "Shut up. No shouting in here," Linda warned, but Jane persisted. Her cries drew everyone's attention at the station. Captain Robert rushed out of his office upon hearing a voice that sounded like his daughter's. "Jane, what are you doing here? What crime have you committed? Why are you in handcuffs?" Captain Robert was shocked to see his precious daughter in such a state. "Daddy, I haven't done anything. I think I'm being framed. This officer arrested me, accusing me of a crime I know nothing about," Jane explained to her father. "Is that true, Officer Linda?" Captain Robert inquired. "Yes, sir. I didn't know she was your daughter, but I found this illegal drug in her car. I believe she's involved in the drug business, which is against the law," Linda stated. "You must be mistaken. My daughter is responsible and wouldn't do such a thing." "There's a misunderstanding," Captain Robert defended his daughter. Linda, however, confronted Captain Robert with bold accusations. "If that's the case, what else do you do apart from being a captain? Do you run an illegal drug business as well?" If this is found in her car, how much will be found at your house? Upset but composed, Captain Robert replied. How dare you accuse me like that? I never liked you, sir. There's something suspicious about you right from the start. I will investigate this matter. If that will be all, excuse me, Linda said as she walked out on her captain. Captain Robert, angered by Linda's attitude, felt the need to uncover the truth about the false accusations against his daughter. He returned to his office, pondering how to secure justice for his daughter. Hey Jane, I brought something for you to eat, sweetheart. I'm really sorry you're going through this. I'm working on getting you out of here, Captain Robert reassured his daughter. Daddy, I'm telling the truth. I know nothing about that drug, Jane insisted, tears still streaming down her face. I believe you, Jane. I know you can't do such things. I'm sure someone is behind all this, and I'm going to find them, Captain Robert affirmed with determination. Jane, do you know if someone was there when all this happened? Robert asked as Jane continued to cry. Yes, Daddy. I think a male officer was there. He saw everything that happened, but I don't know his name. I can describe him for you, Jane said, trying to recall the officer. Based on her description, Captain Robert brought out 3 pictures of male officers he thought might match Jane's description. As he showed her the first picture, she exclaimed, Yes, he's the one. He was with her when all this happened. I believe he can tell the truth that I'm innocent. That's Officer Jack. He's a new cop. I'm going to talk to him to find out what he knows. Be strong for me and your mom, dear. We love you and you'll be out of here in no time, Captain Robert reassured Jane before walking out, determined to uncover the truth. As Robert returned to his office, he was surprised to find Officer Jack waiting. I was just about to send for you. I've got a few questions, Captain Robert said, taking his seat. Curious, he asked. So what brings you here? Sir, I might be a new cop, but I can tell right from wrong. Speaking up for the truth is what I've been taught, Jack explained. You might want to watch this. It explains better. Jack pulled out his phone and played a video for the captain. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. This is wrong, and Officer Linda has to be held accountable for this, Robert exclaimed. I didn't know she was your daughter. I suggested letting her go, but Officer Linda insisted on finding something to implicate her. When she couldn't, she looked around nervously. That's when I decided to make the video. I sensed she might be up to something bad. When she thought no one was watching, she pulled out a small bag of drugs from her pocket, the same evidence she found in Jane's car. She placed it in Jane's car, and a few minutes later, she started insisting that Jane was involved in drugs. I was shocked when she showed me, fully aware that she framed Jane. I'm certain Jane is innocent, Jack explained. Captain Robert was proud of Jack's actions. You don't know what you've done for me. I was about to call you in because my daughter remembered you were with Linda during all this. I hoped you could prove her innocence. With this video evidence, it's clear you're a good person. I'm very proud of you. I'll need a copy of the video, and please keep this confidential between us. An investigation will be carried out soon. Absolutely, sir. I'll ensure it stays confidential, Jack affirmed, shaking Robert's hand before exiting the office. Captain Robert swiftly released his daughter and reached out to Internal Affairs for assistance in investigating Linda. How could you let her go? Linda burst into Captain Robert's office without knocking, raising her voice. Is it because she's your daughter? Knowing fully well she committed a crime, she yelled. We will determine who committed a crime or not when a proper investigation is carried out. I want you out of my office immediately, Robert ordered firmly. Fine, I will leave, but just know that your actions won't go unpunished, Linda retorted as she walked out with an angry expression. While Captain Robert and Internal Affairs delved into the investigation on Linda, she in turn sought a way to frame her captain. A week later, Internal Affairs discovered some shocking information about Linda. It turned out she wasn't just framing numerous individuals, particularly targeting Black people. She was also deeply involved in drug-related activities. As a police officer, she was secretly working with illegal groups engaged in drug trafficking. Linda went as far as helping transport drugs from one state to another, using her position as a cop to avoid suspicion. This revelation left Captain Robert profoundly shocked. It wasn't just about framing people. She had a significant role in illegal drug activities, raising serious concerns about her integrity as a law enforcement officer. The following day at the police station, Captain Robert greeted everyone and delivered a brief speech commending officers who consistently stand for the truth regardless of the circumstances. "I want to show you all something. Watch this carefully," Captain Robert said, using a projector to play a recorded tape. The footage captured by Officer Jack revealed Officer Linda framing Jane by placing illegal drugs in her car. The entire room of officers was taken aback by Linda's actions. "Why would you do such a thing, Linda?" one of the cops asked. Linda didn't respond, bowing her head in shame. That's not all. She was also secretly collaborating with illegal groups involved in drug trafficking. Being a cop made it difficult for her to get caught. This has been going on for years, and I'm relieved that the truth is finally out. There's more evidence in this file, and we've apprehended one of the group members who confirmed that Linda has been in charge of the transportation, Captain Robert explained, providing further details on the extent of Linda's misconduct. In a solemn moment at the police station, the disappointed police chief addressed the gathered officers to announce the outcome of the investigation into Officer Linda's actions. "As many of you are aware, we've conducted a comprehensive investigation into the actions of Officer Linda. The findings have been carefully reviewed by both the Internal Affairs Division and the Disciplinary Review Board. Today I must share with you the outcome of this thorough process. Officer Linda, based on the evidence and the severity of your actions, you are hereby found guilty. The charges against you include falsely arresting innocent individuals and engaging in illegal activities while exploiting the police uniform as a cover-up. These actions have not only violated the trust placed in you as a law enforcement officer but have also significantly tarnished the image of our police force. Therefore, it is with regret and a commitment to upholding the integrity of our department that I must announce your termination from the position of police officer, effective immediately. We cannot tolerate such breaches of trust and violations of the law within our ranks. This decision is not taken lightly, but it is necessary to maintain the public's confidence in our ability to serve and protect. The actions of one individual should not overshadow the dedication and professionalism of the vast majority of our officers. We will continue to work towards building trust with the community and upholding the values that define our profession. I encourage each of you to remain committed to the principles of justice, fairness, and integrity that guide our work as law enforcement officers. Thank you." This detailed announcement made by the police chief aimed to provide clarity on the specific charges and the reasoning behind Officer Linda's termination, emphasizing the commitment to maintaining the department's integrity and public trust. After Officer Linda was fired, the police station was quiet for a while, and the officers felt really surprised. They looked at each other, trying to understand how serious the situation was. Some officers found it difficult to understand how a colleague could act against the values they believed in as law enforcement professionals. Captain Robert spoke to everyone again. "This is a tough time for all of us. Officer Linda's actions have hurt our reputation and the trust our community has in us. But it's also a chance for us to show we're committed to doing the right thing." Officer Jack, who was brave in telling the truth, received praise from the department and the community as the news spread. Officer Linda faced legal consequences for what she did, ensuring she was held accountable. This whole situation became a reason for everyone in the police department to promise to be more open, do the right thing, and work better with the community. Dear viewers, thank you for watching. If you like this story, please subscribe to our channel to receive more stories every day. Share with us what you think of this story.